Hey there, what's going on? Coach Megan here, and in this video I want to share with you some of my favorite stretches for feet. But if you're a runner like me, you know that your lower legs get tired, and specifically feet and ankles. And the stretches that I'm going to show you today can be used at any point. When I get home from a long run, I love to pop off my shoes and do just a few minutes of these very same stretches. So if you're ready, we're just going to head down to the ground, slide off your socks, and let's get going. So the first stretch we're going to do for our toes is just to separate them one away from the other. So hold the big toe and pull it away from the second toe away from the third toe, so on and so forth as we work our way down. So you're just separating gently each toe away from the next, just trying to create some space here. Then you'll work from baby toe back up to the big toe. Just gently pulling. And I might do that 3 or 4 times before I move on to this next one, which is to push each toe individually down towards the ground. So I would resist my other toes, push from the base of the foot, the toe here, so from this knuckle here, as opposed to pushing from the very tip of the toe, I'll push down towards the floor. And then I'll work my way down, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, so on and so forth. And then work back up, baby toe, all the way back up to the big toe. The next one would be to pull toes towards your nose. So you'll resist all the other toes and pull from underneath, bringing each toe individually up towards your nose. Working down to baby toe, back up to big toe. Now from here, what I'll do is cross the right foot, which is the one we've just been working on, over the left leg so that I can interlace my fingers in between each of the toes. So this might feel a little weird or uncomfortable, but I guarantee you it'll feel really good after we've gone through this whole sequence and you can compare the right to the left, or the foot that we just worked on to the foot we have yet to work on. And here we're just trying to keep the toes separated, and we're going to do a series of squeeze and releases. So I won't take my fingers out between each one, but I'll just squeeze and hold for 3, 2, 1, release and let go of the tension, and do it again. So here we go. So I'm just going to squeeze, 3, 2, 1, release, 3, 2, 1, release. Last time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, here's the trick. Try to wiggle your toes away from your fingers as opposed to just pulling your fingers out from between your toes. Good. Extend that leg and just see if you can appreciate a difference between the right and the left. And then let's repeat that same sequence on the left. Good. So extend the leg and just kind of notice how both feet feel. I really like to do this after a run because I think it makes my feet feel really good. And after pounding the pavement or running on the trails and just having my feet constantly be searching and gripping the ground, it's nice to give them a little bit of a release. 2 more quick stretches that'll kind of complete this sequence. So we're going to move back around to kneeling, and I'm going to come to sit on my heels here. I'm going to put my fingers back, and you could use blocks or books or pillows here, because what we're going to do is lean back and lift the knees off the floor. So this really stretches the whole lower leg and across the top of the ankle. And I would do a series of 3 or 4 lean backs here and hold for a count of 10 or 15. Start small and you can work your way up here. And then the last one, from this position, we're going to come up and tuck our toes underneath us. So as I pull the feet up, I tuck the toes under, sitting on my heels again. Sometimes I have to flip my little baby toes over because they get hung up. And straight away, this could be a pretty intense stretch for you, especially if you've got really tight feet right out of the gate. So you may not be able to start here. You may start here, just with the toes tucked under, and pressing the hands into the ground to push the hips back towards the heels. It might just start like this, where you rock from forwards to backwards, gently applying more pressure. And if this is where you're starting, do this maybe 10 or so times before you untuck, tap them out, and move on to something else. If you're capable and fairly comfortable sitting on your heels with your toes tucked under, try sitting here maybe 3 or 4 times for maybe 10, 15, or 20 seconds. As always, you're gonna have to find what works for you to start with, and then you can slowly work up from there. The other thing you want to be mindful of is sometimes as you do this, your heels want to splay out to the sides. Try to keep them tucked right up underneath you so that you're really kind of on your second and third toe, as opposed to having all the weight on the outside edge, the baby toe edge, or all the way on the big toe edge so that your heels are kind of turned in. We want to balance out the weight there so you're over second and third toes. And when you're ready, just shift forward, untuck the toes. Sometimes I like to just tap the feet out. You could even go back to sit on the heels again and counter it with a little stretch across the ankle like we did right beforehand. We all really need to pay a little bit more attention to our feet, since they are the thing that carry us all of those miles. And here are some really quick stretches that you can do to help facilitate better running. Okay guys, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.